In 2 miles, take exit 308.
Exit 305, then 306, then 309. No 308. The last thing I remember before exit 308 is the taste of truck stop coffee. Burnt, metallic, like licking a battery. That was 4 hours ago. Maybe 5.
Recalculating.
Peachy. I laugh, a sound too loud in the cab, and crack my window. Cold air pours in, smelling like diesel and sage. The kind of night where the desert feels like it's watching you drive. 10 minutes later, it happens again.
In 2 miles, take exit 308.
My hands tighten on the wheel. I'm not tired. I'm not drunk. I passed one car an hour ago, a semi with no license plate that didn't wave back. Other than that, nothing. Just me in the center line and the stars that look too close, like they're leaning in to listen. Exit 307. Exit 309. No 308. I check my phone. No signal. The map app shows a gray line where I'm driving. No exits labeled at all. Just a vein across the desert.
In 2 miles, take exit 308.
This time, my voice cracks when I whisper. There is no exit 308. But there is. Because when I look up, it's right there, half a mile ahead. A green sign illuminated by my high beams, its reflective paint too bright, too new. The letters don't look printed. They look carved, deep, angry. Exit 308. Last chance. I don't slow down. I punch the gas. The engine roars. The speedometer climbs. 80, 90, 100. But the exit sign doesn't fall behind. It stays exactly half a mile ahead. Like it's tethered to my windshield, like it's reeling me in. And that's when I see it in my rearview mirror. Another exit 308 sign, behind me, where I just was. The road is eating itself. I slam the brakes. The tires scream, rubber burns, and the car fishtails across both lanes before jerking to a stop sideways on the asphalt. My headlights cut across empty desert. My breath fogs the windshield. Silence. Not the normal kind. The kind where even the engine seems afraid to idle too loud. I check the rear view. The sign behind me is gone. I check ahead. Also gone. Just darkness and the white dashes of the center line stretching into nothing. My phone buzzes. I nearly drop it. No signal, remember? But there it is. A notification. A text message. Unknown number. You passed me in 1994. My stomach drops into my shoes. I stare at the screen until the words blur. 1994. 30 years ago. I was 19. Driving this same route in my dad's Buick, drunk on cheap beer and immortality, racing to make it to Vegas before sunrise. I don't remember passing anyone.
In 500 feet, take exit 308.
My head snaps up. The sign is back, right there, 200 feet ahead now, not half a mile. And it's wrong. The metal is rusted, bent, bullet-holed, like it's been standing in the desert for decades. I throw the car into reverse. The transmission whines. I floor it backward, watching the sign in my headlights, waiting for it to shrink, to disappear. It doesn't. It gets closer. No, no, no. I spin the wheel, crank the car forward, and gun it in the opposite direction. The speedometer needle climbs, 70, 85, 110. The desert blurs into black ink on both sides. Wind screams through the cracked window. 1 minute passes. 2. Then I see it. Exit 308. Ahead of me. Again. But this time, there's something else. A car. Pulled onto the shoulder just past the exit ramp. Hazard lights blinking slow, lazy, like a dying heartbeat. It's a Buick, boxy, primer gray, 1990s vintage. My Buick. What the I ease off the gas. The car coasts. Every instinct in my body is screaming to keep driving, to blow past this, to pretend I didn't see it. But my foot finds the brake. The car slows, stops. I'm 20 feet from the Buick now. Close enough to see the license plate. Arizona, 1994 registration sticker. Close enough to see the driver's side door is open. Close enough to see the blood on the window.
You have arrived at your destination.
I cut the engine. The silence rushes back in, thicker now, wet like it's pooling in my lungs. I step out. Gravel crunches under my boots. The air smells wrong, copper and gasoline and something sweet, like roadkill left in the sun. I walk toward the Buick. My Buick. The one I sold in 1995 after I got back from Vegas. The one I never saw again. The driver's seat is empty, but the passenger seat isn't. There's a girl, slumped against the door. Her skin is pale blue, preserved perfectly by the dry desert air for 30 years. Her eyes are open, staring at the rearview mirror, waiting for help that never came. It's her. The girl I passed. And on the dashboard, held down by an empty beer bottle, is a note. Handwritten. My handwriting.
You saw my hand. I know you saw it. You looked right at me in the mirror, and then you turned up the radio. You left me to bleed out in the dark, Garrett. Now you get to stay in the dark with us. Forever.
I stagger backward. My boot catches on something. I look down. Tire tracks, fresh. Leading from my car to the Buick. Leading from 2024 to 1994. And behind me, I hear it. Footsteps, on gravel, getting closer. I don't turn around. If I turn around, it becomes real. The footsteps stop, right behind me. Close enough that I can hear breathing, wet, labored, like lungs full of desert dust and 30 years of waiting.
You remember now?
I do. God help me, I do. Mile marker 287. A car in the ditch, headlights pointing at the sky like searchlights. A hand reaching out from the driver's window, pale, desperate, waving me down. I was doing 90. Drunk, invincible. I saw it for maybe 3 seconds in my peripheral vision. And I kept driving. I told myself I'd call it in at the next town. I told myself someone else would stop. I never called. There was no next town for 60 miles. And by then, I'd convinced myself I imagined it.
Her name was Claire, 22. Nursing student, flat tire. No cell signal. You were the 5th car to pass her. But you were the last one before the artery in her leg gave out.
My knees buckle. I catch myself on the hood of the Buick. The metal is cold. Too cold for a desert night.
The road remembers, Garrett. Every mile you ran. Every mile you thought you escaped.
I force myself to turn. He's me. 19 years old. Flannel shirt soaked black with blood that isn't his. Eyes hollow, skin gray. Behind him, the desert isn't empty anymore. There are others, dozens, hundreds, standing in the dark beyond my headlights, all watching, all waiting, some in old clothes, some in new, all with the same expression. You didn't stop. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
You knew.
He steps closer. His hand reaches out, the same way Claire's must have, 30 years ago on this same stretch of road.
Exit 308 doesn't exist on any map. But it exists here. For people like you. The ones who kept driving.
My vision blurs. The desert tilts. I feel hands on my shoulders, cold. Too many, pulling me backward toward the Buick, toward the open door, toward the passenger seat still warm with my own corpse. Please.
You stopped now. That's all that matters.
The last thing I see before the darkness swallows me whole is my rental car. Engine still running. Door open. Headlights cutting across the sign. Exit 308. No services. And underneath, in fresh red spray paint, population, one more. If you're driving Route 66 tonight, and your GPS tells you to take exit 308, don't. But you will. We all do, eventually.